What is up, y'all? It's your boy, the Renegade, and they've been doing another video, and in this video, I'm here to give you the results for WWE's RAW TLC 2017 pay-per-view. And yeah, let's get started. I'm going to start with the pre-show and whatnot, right? The pre-show had a lot of things here to cover. They promoted the fact that Drew Gulak was going to do his PowerPoint presentation, but you know, it's a running gag now, so you know what I mean, they interrupted it, they canceled it rather, for Mickie James' like backstage interview. And you know, it was one of those interviews they do for like on Twitter and whatever, where you send questions, whatever, you know, one of those. They seem to do those like every once in a while on pay-per-views and whatnot, so that was a thing. At the end of the interview though, she had said that she's dedicating the match to her young son and whatever. And yeah, you know, kind of like pulled the heartstrings and whatever, kind of made you think, okay, she might actually win this, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was the thing. Then we had two Kurt Angle backstage segments. Kurt Angle, which is the Raw general manager, for those that don't know, and he also wrestled that night for the first time in like 10, 11 years and whatnot, right? For the WWE, that is, because he has wrestled before that. They just don't really acknowledge that. But yeah, the one segment I really didn't pay attention to it like that. Like I really didn't care. He's in his office, you know, getting ready for his match and whatnot, and his storyline son, Jason Jordan, shows up, and basically, you know what I mean, I guess he was like talking about his match and whatever, and out of nowhere, Elias, aka Elias Samson, aka the Drifter, whatever you want to call him and whatever, he shows up. And apparently these two have a beef, they have a feud, they have a grudge. Like, I really haven't paid attention to these, so like, I don't know, right? But, you know, all throughout the pay-per-view and whatever, you know, Elias tried to do his like little spiel of doing his concert and whatever, and Jason Jordan kept like interrupting it, throwing food at him. He had a shopping cart with him and whatever. Funny part about it, when he first did it, right, it was funny. The fans cheered and whatever when Elias got you know, interrupted and whatever. You know, the lights were off, you couldn't see who was doing it. As soon as the lights came on and they saw Jason Jordan, boo! They hate this guy. Like, it's crazy. Like, they loved him before he was quote-unquote Kurt Angle's son, but now everyone hates him. Like, everybody seems to hate this storyline. But yeah, that was a thing and whatever. And of course, later on, this became a match and whatever. I do not know if Kurt Angle made this an official match, or this was just made because Jason Jordan kept interrupting him and whatever. But yeah, it was made a match. Another thing with Kurt Angle that happened was that he's getting, this is like the last segment of the pre-show and whatever, be like right after the match, which I'll get into in a minute. But Kurt Angle's still getting ready for his match and whatever, and his tag team partners, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, you know, 2/3 of the Shield show up and whatever, and they say they want to talk to Kurt. Kurt's like, you know, like, okay, I know why you're here and whatever, you know, more or less, I'm paraphrasing. He's like, you know, I haven't wrestled for so long or whatever, and you probably think I'm not ready, but I have y'all back and whatever, like, I'm here for y'all. So Dean and Seth are basically like, no, that's not it at all. It's gonna be an honor to team with you and whatever. We look up to you, and you know, you're gonna do great. And then they commence to like give him the Shield gear, you know what I mean, the whole SWAT team set, you know, the whole black and whatever. My honest opinion, it would have been kind of cool if they had some red, white, and blue in it, whatever, mix the Shield gimmick with Kurt Angle's gimmick, maybe have like his Angle A, you know, his logo on it and whatever, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, that was it with like the segments or whatever. But we actually had a match on here, which I thought was a throwaway match and whatever. Honestly, like, it was way better than what the actual throwaway match was. You know what I mean? This match went, what, 10, 11 minutes and whatever. And that match is the legit boss, Sasha Banks, going against Alicia Fox. Now, you know what I mean? Again, like I said, this match was really good and whatever. But, you know, really was no build up to it per se. Like, it was for nothing. That's why I called it a throwaway match. Obviously, it was no title on the line, no number contendership on the line. They were just fighting just because, you know what I mean? But the match was like really solid and whatever. They had one funny moment where, you know, they're brawling outside the ring, and Alicia Fox does a tilt the world backbreaker on Sasha, and like she pins her, but she pins her outside the ring. Like the announcers, Corey Graves, Michael Cole, and all of them, they had a field day with it. They was cracking up and whatever, and like the referee, which is the same referee that caused Alicia Fox to get fined and whatever, that was there and whatever, called her to the ring and whatever. Like, it was funny. Alicia Fox with the crazy gimmick, like, she's gold. I just wish it would be more consistent with her. Anyway, Alicia Fox threw Sasha Banks back in the ring, and like, bam, bank statement, tap out. Your winner here is Sasha Banks, legit boss. Hopefully, like, she goes for the title again and whatever. I know people are tired of that, but, you know, whatever, right? So, that's the pre-show and whatever. Now, on to the actual show and whatever. We start off with the call-up, you know, the debut of Asuka. And, you know, of course, she's going against Emma. Now, on paper and, like, in past matches, you would think this is going to be a squash match. Because the last time they faced each other, which was one of the takeovers, I forget which one, it was a complete squash and whatever. But this one, it was like a competitive match. Went like a good like 9-10 minutes and whatever. Emma like worked. She did really good and whatever. So like I'm glad about that. I'm glad it wasn't a squash. A lot of people were upset about that it wasn't a squash, but I'm glad it wasn't. Like, it was a good match. And yeah, the last moments of the match, Asuka like put on her Asuka lock, tap out. Notice 2 tap outs in a row. But she tapped out, and your winner here is the debuting, and still undefeated, mind you, because she is undefeated, Asuka. Next, we have a Cruiserweight Tag Team match with Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann, which, by the way, looked just like a tag team whenever they had matching sets and whatever, which my speculation is, like, and I don't know if this is said anywhere or whatever, right? But I believe 205 Live is going to have a secondary title, and I believe that secondary title, is going to be the Cruiserweight Tag Team titles. I know WCW tried it, and they failed because, like, they brought it up right before the company died and whatever, but I think WWE will do it well and whatever, and basically, you know, do more with 205 Live because, yeah, people are kind of bored of it. I personally am not, you know what I mean? I love 205 Live, but that's the thing. And plus, like, we seem to have a lot of tag teams on 205 Live, so it makes sense. But this is just my speculation. I don't know if that's really what they're going to do. Anyway, back to the matches. Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann are going to be facing Gentleman Jack Gallagher, which, you know, they should change the gentleman thing because he's a bad guy now. He even had heel music now, so that's kind of good. And he had his tag team partner, D. Brian Kendrick, and whatever. Awesome match, as, like, you know, I love the cruiserweights, you know, so to me this match was awesome. Lots of like high flying stuff and whatever. And yeah, your winners here, I forget exactly what happened and whatever, but your winners here are Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann. Next match we have is for the WWE Raw Women's title, and we have Alexa Bliss putting her title on the line against Mickie James. And you know, I mean, the whole storyline here, Mickie James is old, she's a veteran, blah blah blah, and whatever. It seemed like a couple instances there that Mickie James was gonna win, but of course, you know, Alexa Bliss like basically hit her DDT. 1, 2, 3. Your winner here is Alexa Bliss, and she's still champion. Next, we have for the WWE Cruiserweight title, we have Kalisto, you know, the champion, putting his title on the line against former champion Enzo Amore. And the match was alright, you know what I mean? I hate Enzo, but whatever. Apparently, like, Enzo is sick and whatever, so hopefully they take him out like they did for Bray Wyatt, Bo Dallas, JoJo, and Roman Reigns and whatever, because he had a real sore throat. Like, his voice sounded messed up. Anyway, you know what I mean? The match was okay and whatever. I believe more due to Kalisto and whatever. But yeah, the end came where basically Enzo basically poked Kalisto in the eye with his thumb, and then he hit his finisher, which is basically eat the feet, you know what I mean? And yeah, your winner here and 2-time WWE Cruiserweight Champion Enzo Amore. I wish they didn't do that, but whatever, right? Next we have, I guess, a SmackDown vs. Raw match? You know, whatever. We have Raw's Finn Balor, which was the Demon, by the way. And he went against the Phenomenal One, AJ Styles, whatever. If you don't know the backstory to this, which there's backstory but not WWE backstory, they're both former leaders of the Bullet Club, aka the club and whatever. But yeah, they're former leaders of that. And yeah, this match was awesome, whatever. Really no backstory, so but the fans really seemed to love it. They popped and whatever. Before they even touched, people were chanting "Too Sweet" and "This is awesome." And yeah, like everybody hit their moves and whatever. Like, it was crazy. The end came when Finn Balor hit his finisher coup de grace. You know, the double stomp from the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Your winner here, Finn Balor. But it doesn't end there, you know what I mean? I believe this was kind of a shot at the Bucks and whatever. You know, justifiably so, I do believe. But, you know, they're both good guys and whatever. Finn Balor picked up AJ and whatever. And he did the Too Sweet, you know what I mean? Like, out of the Bullet Club and whatever. And that was the end of it. But people loved the Too Sweet. Like, it was memed all over Twitter and Facebook. Like, it was gold. So that was a thing. And next we have the worst match of the night and whatever, and that is Jason Jordan versus Elias and whatever. Like I said, you know, this was due to like what happened in the pre-show in Kurt Angle's office and what happened throughout the whole show with Jason Jordan interrupting Elias with his like sing-along or whatever the hell, right? The match was okay and whatever. I don't know, but I do believe the ending was botched and whatever, because like Jason Jordan rolled up Elias and the ref went 1, 2. Now I don't know if he kicked out or Jason Jordan let him go real quick and whatever, but you know, the pin was off, but the ref still counted 3 and Jason Jordan won. Now this might be storyline because Elias was like visibly upset about it and whatnot, so you know, they probably do the whole thing where, you know, it's Kurt Angle's son, he's a general manager, and you know, he's favoring him, and like the referee basically screwed him over, you know, that type of thing. Probably continue on Raw and whatever, so that's the thing. And yeah, whatever, right? But now we have the main event of the evening. We have the 3-on-5 handicap TLC match, which consists of the general manager of Raw, Kurt Angle, teaming up with 2/3 of the Shield, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins, which are the Raw Tag Team Champions, by the way, right? They'll be going against the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, Cesaro and Sheamus, The Bar, the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman, and the returning Demon King. So yeah, the match was kind of a clusterfuck. It was okay for what it was, but it was kind of a clusterfuck. The bad guys came out before Miz came out and whatever. He like had a backstage speech and he said, after this match, we're gonna treat them like what they are, trash. Like keep that in mind. We're gonna treat them like trash. So they come out and whatever, and then the Shield comes out. Yes, I said the Shield. Because like I said, they gave Kurt Angle the Shield gear and whatever. And they did the Shield entrance or whatever. It was hilarious. This is memed all over the place too and whatever. Seth and Dean came out and whatever, all serious, ready for war and whatever, like Dean Ambrose would say and whatever. And out of nowhere, like right behind them and whatever, here comes all cheesy face, Kurt Angle and whatever. Like he's all happy-go-lucky. Like it came across as really goofy and whatever, but whatever, right? Like they made their entrance and whatever, and they got cheers, and it was on from there, you know what I mean? Like, mass chaos all over the place or whatever. Angle really didn't do anything in this point, whatever. Like, he just more or less sat there and like attacked people with chairs until Braun Strowman hit a power slam outside the ring through a table and took Angle out. They carried him out. So I want to say he was out for like at least 15 minutes of it and whatever. The match lasted maybe 40 minutes, 35 minutes or so. But like they took Angle out for like at least 15 minutes, and the Shield was there on their own and whatever. And they were getting destroyed. They had the little moments where they fought back, but more or less they got destroyed. Then there was this one instance where Kane had a steel chair and accidentally hit Braun Strowman with the chair. They started to brawl and whatever, but The Miz like managed to smooth things over and everything was fine. So they're beating up the Shield and whatever, and Miz is like, no, bring him to the stage. They bring Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose to the stage and whatever, and he calls someone over. That someone being a trash truck and whatever. That's the whole trash thing and whatever, right? So they want to throw Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins into the trash and whatnot, right? They go to do it and whatever, but out of nowhere, Kane attacks Braun Strowman and whatever, and they brawl some more. And Kane, however, he beats up Braun Strowman, choke slams him through the stage, and then does what they called John Cena, and took a bunch of chairs that were hanged like on the stage and whatever, like props and whatever, and they must have been like 15, 20 chairs, and made them all fall on Braun or whatever. Braun was out and whatnot. So yeah, basically Miz is there like, oh damn, like this is crazy. So they're still trying to take out Dean and Seth and whatnot. And I don't know where the bar was, Cesaro and Sheamus, but they were, I guess, like dealing with them too and whatever. But out of nowhere, Braun Strowman gets back up and whatever and goes to attack Kane. Miz tries to stop him, tries to smooth things over again, but this time Braun's not having any of it. So then, his team basically attack him. Miz, Cesaro and Sheamus and Kane, they beat him down, and he's already got like beat up throughout this match a lot, right? So they beat him up and then they put him in a trash truck, man, and seemingly crushed them. Like the memes, like they killed him or whatever. So it's crazy. He probably showed back up during Raw in the trash truck. So that's gonna be a thing. So now it's a 4-on-2 match because Kurt Angle's not there and Braun Strowman's not there. So they're beating them down and whatever, and they bring him back to the ring, beat them down, and all of a sudden Kurt Angle's music hits. He's running to the ring and whatnot, and he hits the bar, Cesaro and Sheamus, both with two different Olympic slams or whatever, angle slams, whatever you want to call it. Takes them out. Cesaro, I do believe, went through a table with one Olympic slam, so that was a thing. Take out Kane and whatever, and like the end came when all three of them hit their finishers. They hit Seth Rollins hit his knee, Dean Ambrose hit his dirty deeds on the Miz, and Miz popped up after the dirty deeds. Angle slam, 1, 2, 3. Your winners here, the good guys. Kurt Angle, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. But yeah, y'all, man, I kind of like this pay-per-view. Like, it wasn't their best pay-per-view. Like, you could kind of call it a throwaway, whatever, Survivor Series. It's gonna be awesome in my honest opinion. They're gonna do a SmackDown vs. Raw theme like they did last year. But I like the pay-per-view. I'll give it maybe 6.5 or so. Like, it wasn't their worst, but it wasn't their best either. But yeah, comment down below and tell me, how do you feel about all these matches and whatever? Did you like them? Did you not like them? And yeah, y'all, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed already. And until next time, y'all, peace.